Since the first Golden Fellowship dinner 59 years ago, the Chicago Urban League has used this occasion to pay tribute to individuals whose contributions embody the spirit of the organization's mission, a commitment to equity and service. Tonight, we continue that tradition. Our first award of the evening is the Lester H. Mckeever Jr. Individual Service Award. Named for a life director and longtime supporter of the League, this award recognizes the qualities of service, dedication, initiative, and the ability to encourage and inspire others. I've known Mr. Mckeever for over 4 decades, and he epitomizes all of those characteristics and more. In fact, when I attended my first CUL meeting and saw Mr. Mckeever sitting there, I knew I was in the right place. The 2020 Mckeever Award goes to an individual whom we have also seen display each of these qualities and who has demonstrated a strong commitment to improving the quality of life for African Americans and other underserved residents of Chicago and the entire state of Illinois. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have watched her deliver complex information and troubling statistics in a reassuring way, highlight the disproportionate impact of the virus in Black and Brown communities, and share critical advice for our safety. And she has done it with professionalism, poise, and compassion. And I might add, she's done it in 2 languages. While she has only become a household name in Illinois this year, her renown transcended our state a few weeks ago when she was overtaken by the resurgence in the disease. She has spent her distinguished career in service to public health. Our first honoree is the director of the Illinois Department of Public Health, a board-certified internist and pediatrician. She joined the Illinois Department of Public Health from Cook County Health, where she served for more than 15 years, delivering health services with dignity and respect, regardless of a patient's ability to pay. At Cook County Health, she served as medical director at the Cook County Juvenile Detention Center, and she remains a national policy advisor on juvenile correctional health topics. She also previously served as medical director for the Austin Health Center on the west side of Chicago, where she engaged with the community through health initiatives focused on obesity, diabetes, and breastfeeding. I am pleased to present the 2020 Lester H. Mckeever Jr. Individual Service Award to Illinois' top doctor, Dr. Ngozi Ezike.
Good evening, and thank you for the honor of being named the 2020 recipient of the Lester H. Mckeever Individual Service Award. To say that I'm humbled would be an understatement. I believe the more accurate emotion is inspired. This award is named for a man who served tirelessly, melding his personal commitment and professional expertise. Mr. Mckeever displayed dignity and conviction in his efforts on behalf of Black people and used his professional expertise to open doors, level playing fields, and hold those in power accountable for their actions. He has been our voice at the table where previously we weren't even allowed a seat. And that hits home as I serve in this role as the first Black woman ever to direct the Illinois Department of Public Health, a designation I take ever so seriously. By example, he has shown how education and entrepreneurship intersect, building the power of our community and moving dreams from mere abstraction to reality. And as always, he has been the epitome of a pillar of strength, unwavering, constant, quiet strength, particularly in times of crisis and confusion. There's no better time to look to him than in this unprecedented time of crisis and confusion. Like Mr. Mckeever, I consider it an honor to serve the public every single day. It is a duty that demands tremendous sacrifice to my family life, but it is so necessary, particularly in a time when we are battling a virus and other harmful thoughts that have attacked so many individuals, families, and businesses, not to mention taking the lives of nearly 10,000 Illinoisans this year alone. When we see the devastation COVID-19 has wreaked on our communities, particularly those of color, we see firsthand the deficiencies of our current healthcare system. Because of unfairness and injustice, I have made it my mission in this position to approach all public health issues with a health equity lens to try to address many of the inequities that exist in Illinois. I'm humbled to be recognized by the Chicago Urban League and to find myself in the company of past honorees and such community pillars, such as the Honorable Emil Jones Jr., Mrs. Dorothy Lavelle, the Dean of the Black Newspaper Publishing Industry, and media titan Melody Spann Cooper. This award and recognition will serve as a daily reminder to me of what I'm called to do according to the word, to act justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly. Thank you, Chicago Urban League. Thank you to the board of directors, leadership, and all the staff for this honor. And as you celebrate another successful annual Golden Fellowship Dinner, I have to remind you, mask up, wash up, back up, and sleeve up for your annual flu shot. Thank you and have a blessed evening.
Can I just say that's a bad sister? In 2019, the Chicago Urban League created a new award to recognize significant support of the organization and its mission. The 2020 Humanitarian Award honors an individual who has been a critical supporter of the League's work, and he has helped us advance equity and access to leadership roles for Black professionals. When former League President and CEO Andrea Zopp reached out to the University of Chicago in 2012 with an idea to create the Impact Leadership Development Program, the honoree was one of the first to embrace it. The university's Booth School of Business became the academic partner for Impact. And as a leadership professor, he helped to develop the curriculum. He serves as an instructor and as a faculty advisor to Impact. And he continues to be the champion of what has become a highly sought after leadership credential for Black professionals with more than 200 fellows from business, public, and nonprofit entities across Chicagoland, graduating from the program since 2014. George Wu is the John P. and Lillian A. Gould Professor of Behavioral Science at Chicago Booth. Through his service and support of the program, we know that he believes in its importance just as much as we do. For his contributions to empowering emerging Black leaders, I am pleased to present the Chicago Urban League's 2020 Humanitarian Award to Professor George Wu.
Thank you. I am deeply honored by this award. It is a special honor to be receiving this award with Dr. Ozike, whose amazing and tireless work have protected the citizens of Illinois against COVID. Thank you, Dr. Ozike. Thank you to the Chicago Urban League for the award, and mostly for their great support of the Impact program. From Andy Zopp, who came up with the idea of this program, to Sherry Runner and Barbara Lumpkin, and now Karen Freeman Wilson, the CEOs have been great champions of Impact. And the greatest thanks go to my dear friend, Mavis Lang, who's the executive director of Impact and whose heart and soul are in this program and is a real humanitarian. To be called a humanitarian is humbling, to say the least. When I asked my 11-year-old Mari if she knew what humanitarian meant, she said, I don't know, is it a human who's a vegetarian? It is strange to be called a humanitarian for something that I regard as a great privilege. When Andy Zopp asked me if I wanted to be part of this program, she described a program in which we would take talented African Americans and give them skills and knowledge and relationships and inspiration to transform Chicago. Who wouldn't want to be part of such an enterprise? And every day since this program was launched in 2014, the fellows have been doing exactly that. Now this year, we need their talents and energy more than ever. So thank you to the fellows. Thank you for all that you have done, and thank you for all that you will do. I want to close by asking you to partner with Impact if you get a chance. Tell people about the program and ask them to apply. If you have an opportunity to sponsor somebody for the program, please do so. If you're asked to speak or to mentor, please do so. You won't regret it. You will be investing in great folks and in turn our great city. So thank you very much for this award. I am deeply honored.
Thank you, Professor Wu. The highest honor the Chicago Urban League bestows each year is the Edwin C. Bilberry Civil Rights Award. It is named for the legendary civic leader who served as the League's president and CEO from 1956 to 1969. I want to stop right there and just acknowledge all of the CEOs who stand on Mr. Berry's shoulders, who are watching tonight. I know that Mr. James Compton, also a long-serving CEO, is watching tonight, and he was our honorary co-chair of the host committee. We also have watching Ms. Cheryl Jackson and Ms. Andrea Zopp, who you've already heard about, and my immediate predecessor, Ms. Barbara Lumpkin. It is my honor to stand on your shoulders. As the civil rights movement was at its peak in the 1960s, Bill Berry made sure that the League demonstrated a visible commitment to social justice and equity for the city's Black citizens. Each year, the Bill Berry Award goes to someone who, like the award's namesake, has worked to advance the cause of social justice. This year, the award honors another civil rights legend who is unfortunately no longer with us. But even before his passing, we were determined to honor him this year. The late John Lewis was a statesman and American hero. He organized and led multiple civil rights efforts, including the 1963 March on Washington and 1965 marches from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. And one of my most cherished possessions is a Life magazine cover with his autograph on it. Congressman Lewis stood up for what was right, even when it meant physical harm to himself. He served in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1987 until his death. It is with the utmost respect and admiration that we posthumously bestow the 2020 Edwin C. Bill Berry Civil Rights Award to the Honorable John Lewis.
Segregated South into 1,000 pieces and put them together in the image of God and democracy. We must say, wake up, America, wake up, for we cannot stop, and we will not and cannot be patient.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing the song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Just give it all you got and not get weary. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and take the long, hard look. We have some difficulty. They will have some difficulty. They will have some setbacks, but you cannot give up. You cannot give in. We will make it. They will lead us.